There was no bait in this cage, but this lobster chose to crawl into the trap, deliberately allowing itself to be captured by humans. After the fishermen hauled it ashore, the lobster soon appeared at a seafood market. It was then that a 5-star chef happened to spot the strong lobster and bought it for a high price. But as the chef prepared to cut the lobster, the bottom of the lobster began secreting a white, sticky substance. Curious, the chef turned the lobster over to inspect its body. The chef quickly wiped the sticky liquid off his face with a towel, and angrily ordered his staff, "Get this lobster processed right now." So, the staff used a grinder to crush the lobster, and sent it down the drain, but the white goo splattered all over them. Suddenly, the chef's fingers started trembling uncontrollably. Thinking the room was too stuffy, he stepped outside for a breath of fresh air. Moments later, the chef started vomiting black blood, and collapsed to the ground. Meanwhile, the sous chef, who had wiped the sticky liquid from the cutting board, began showing the same symptoms. He was rushed to the hospital.
Hold him down! Hold him down!
But despite efforts to save him, he died. The doctors were puzzled, unable to find the source of the virus. Soon, more and more restaurant staff started showing symptoms, and their deaths mirrored the chef's. The doctors then collected the black blood from the victims, cut their own fingers, and mixed their blood with the dead's blood. Under a microscope, they were horrified to discover that the blood cells had been consumed by some kind of virus. The doctors later learned that all the restaurant staff had been in contact with the infected lobster before they died. When they asked where the dead lobster was thrown, the manager replied, "It was thrown into the sewer." At that moment, the doctors panicked. The infected lobster, after being crushed, had flowed into the city's entire water supply, with a population of over 20 million. If everyone comes into contact with the contaminated water, the consequences would be unimaginable.